Hey you all, and good morning. We have made it to Cleveland. Unfortunately, we're starting off the day with a little bit of road trip, adventure challenges. Getting ready to, left the hotel, got ready to explore the city of Cleveland, and then I got a message on my car that said engine power reduced. And then the little engine light came on. I know nothing about cars, so anytime anything goes wrong with the car, it really freaks me out and stresses me out. So I called a dealership. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to call a dealership, other than maybe take it to a local shop. But I'm out here in Cleveland, not familiar with what would be the best shop to take it to. So I called the dealerships. The gentleman I spoke to said since I was out of town and it was an emergency that he would take a look at it. So don't know. This could be something minor. This could be something major. This could definitely ruin the day. Could definitely ruin the week. Might even ruin the trip. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Let's hope for positive. Let's hope for sun, prepare for rain. I drive this car a lot. This is a 2020 Chevy Equinox. I get an oil change about once every month because I drive it so much. It's got 108,387 miles on it. So yeah, I drive this thing probably more than I should, but that's just the nature of what I do. That's my job. That's who I am. So yeah, and this is just part of traveling. There's no avoiding it. Car problems are eventually gonna come up. So fingers crossed for me. We're gonna drive over to the dealership and hopefully get some good news, but possibly not. Follow me. Pulling it in here to get it looked at.
I had too much. I don't know why that didn't come up on my email.
In the laundry room, mudroom, and even the garage. Add cabinet accessories for extra organization. Mix it.
Everyone here seems very nice, which hopefully is a good sign. They said it'll be 2 or 3 hours. Apparently, are backed up. You know when you show up with an emergency, there's people ahead of you. It's going to be a long wait. So 2 or 3 hours. They said they'll get back with me and at least let me know what's wrong. So of course, everything I had scheduled for today is out the window. So yeah, we'll just see. You'll see. There's no guarantees at this point. Just sitting and waiting, and fingers crossed. Saying that a lot. Fingers crossed. What does that mean? Wait a minute. Fingers crossed, yeah, you cross your fingers if you want something to turn out well. Don't you also cross your fingers when you're telling a lie? Maybe I'm telling myself a lie by saying that everything's gonna be okay. Just kidding. Everything will be okay in the end. I mean, I'm not gonna be stuck in Cleveland for the rest of my life. Theoretically. I mean, I could. This could be the end of everything. I'm just stuck here in Cleveland. Not that Cleveland's a bad place to be stuck. My brother was one time stuck in Ohio for an entire week, and his car broke down. So I have some parallels there. My brother's car broke down in Ohio for a week, and he doesn't reflect upon that as a positive experience. This looks like a local beverage here. It says official water of the Cleveland Browns. Let's give that a try. Alright, let's see here. It is B6. Oh, there it goes. Oh, is it stuck? Oh, about to say, it really isn't my day. If my drink got stuck. There we go. It is Deja Blue purified drinking water. Official water of the Cleveland Browns. Deja Blue. oddly enough, not blue. It is actually clear because it is water. Official water of the Cleveland Browns. I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about football or football teams. Jen is actually a fan of the Cleveland Browns. That's one of the only things I know about football is that Jen likes the Cleveland Browns. And she told me the reason she likes the Cleveland Browns was I think they came in last place one year. Again, I know nothing about football. I know nothing about cars. I know nothing about football. But Jen told me the Cleveland Browns came in last one year, and she decided she was going to be a Cleveland Browns fan because they needed the extra support. So let's see if this, is this just water? Okay. It's pretty good. I'm actually I'm actually picky about bottled water. I really like the Walmart bottled water, but yeah, I'm really cautious against getting bottled water that I'm not familiar with, because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it has that, I don't know what the taste is. I feel like maybe it's like a fluoride taste. Some water just has that different taste to it. I kind of like very pure tasting water that doesn't taste like it has like too many things in it. Or maybe that's just, I don't know, maybe it's just psychological, but like the Wegmans in Rochester, I don't like their bottled water. I like the Wegmans store, I don't like their bottled water because it tastes like it has fluoride in it or something in it. This is actually, I'm looking right now, this is actually bottled, for some reason, this is actually bottled by Dr. Pepper, which that seems pretty random. Is Deja Blue, is this a product that appears around the country? Do they just market it as the Cleveland Browns water here in Cleveland, or? But I do like it. I definitely think this is a good bottled water. It's kind of it's interesting. The strange thing to me, I actually thought it might be a soda because it's not in like your typical bottled water bottle. It's in more like a soda bottle. But it's bottled by Dr. Pepper, which is a soda company, so it makes sense. Yeah, this is producing authority of Dr. Pepper, Hall of Fame Lane, Frisco, Texas. Oh man, I paid money for that Deja Blue, and they have complimentary bottled water here. So foolish. So yeah, here at Gainley Chevrolet in Cleveland. Stepped outside. I actually haven't eaten any lunch yet. I think we're gonna go by foot on a journey to try to find some food. I really do hate that something has gone wrong on just the second day of this road trip, but you know, I try to remind myself, you know, we're never totally in control. There's never complete certainty. That's something I struggle with. You know, I like to keep things in order, like to keep things planned out, like to map out these road trips. In fact, the whole choose my adventure idea is to kind of try to take me out of my comfort zone in a way, because I meticulously plan. Otherwise, that kind of makes me think on the fly more, but nothing makes me think on the fly more than car problems or some other thing like that, and car problems really stress me out, mainly because I don't understand cars. I just don't know much about them. I don't know how to fix them. I don't know what to expect. So yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how long I'm going to be in Cleveland. Of course, I've already put out the poll on the days, on the places you can vote on to have me go next. Of course, you can go right now and vote there if you'd like. It's still open. The choices are Chicago, Illinois, Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's right. I almost forgot. I was trying to recall. But yeah, you can go check on those now. I don't know when I'll be leaving Cleveland. Of course, I do want to show more of Cleveland than just a car dealership that happens to be in Cleveland. So I will do my best to try to make adjustments and share some content here in Cleveland. But there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that I'm going to have my car tomorrow. There's no guarantee on when I will have my car. So that's it's all part of the nature of the beast of traveling, of vlogging. Because vlogging, you know, there's no script, there's no certainty. Vlogging is just documenting life, and life is one of the most uncertain things out there. We just have to take it as it comes. For me, man, as I said, I have a hard time with life in general, but a hard time with things changing, things being out of my control. It really, I learned a lot during the pandemic. I had a lot of severe anxiety during the pandemic about not knowing when things were going to change, being trapped in the house, not knowing when things were going to open back up so I could go out and film them. So I kind of had to learn to accept that. So I try to use those same skills to learn to accept that I can't control. I can't control what's wrong with my car. All I can control is how I react to it, and try to keep at least somewhat of a positive view on how I react to it, and just hopefully things will be okay, but maybe not. Things might not be okay, but in the end, they will be okay, because just because there's a problem with a car doesn't mean there's a problem with me, doesn't mean there's a problem with my life. Man, I'll tell you what, like, it is funny too, because you know, I had the check engine light come on, and back in the day, back when I was broke, when I was super broke, if the check engine light came on, I just keep driving, because you know, because I couldn't afford to fix it, even if it had to be fixed. I remember I remember a story about people putting a piece of black tape over their check engine light because it gives them anxiety. I definitely had cars that had the check engine light permanently on. I remember I had this car. It was oh, I forget what brand of car it was. That's how little I know about cars. I don't even remember what types of cars. I had this white car. It was a Spirit. What I don't know the make of a Spirit, but anyways, it was called a Spirit. It was a white car, and if I slowed down too much, it would cut off. The engine would cut off. If I stopped at a stop sign, the engine would cut off. So I remember it wouldn't die if I hit the gas, so I would have to drive with 2 feet. I could slow down with the brake, but I'd have to keep tapping the gas to keep the engine from shutting off. And sometimes I'd just be driving down the road and the engine would shut off, and I would be gliding down the road. But I knew how to crank the engine and get it started again. You know, this is horrible. This is not any way that you should be driving a car. And I wouldn't let my wife at the time drive it, because I was the only one that knew how to work it properly. And that's like when you're broke, when you have no money, you learn to get really creative. But yeah, my history with cars is not great. The first car I ever had, fun fact, the first car I ever had that my mom and dad helped me buy, never got an oil change, because I didn't know what an oil change was. I didn't know you needed them. So I'm an idiot when it comes to cars. But now I try to be a little more responsible. So I've left it in the good hands of the folks of Gainley Chevrolet, and hopefully things will be okay. Waiting for the walk signal over here on this busy road. Oh, there we go. Got the little man right there. The chocolate factory here. So you can see the different towers there, labeled cocoa, milk, and sugar, right next to the highway there. And we have located some food. They have a Bob Evans here in walking distance from the dealership. And apparently they have their new dang hot chicken. Dang hot. Now normally I get breakfast at Bob Evans, but I am curious about the dang hot chicken. Looks like it's their version of Nashville hot chicken. So let's give that a try. Little jar of Diet Pepsi there. I always have mixed feelings about drinking out of mason jars. While it is quite charming, I remember working in a restaurant that used mason jars, and the food would always get stuck. The dishwasher, and then the dishwasher food would always get stuck on these rims. But this one seems very, very clean. Right, and my dang hot chicken has arrived. You see, it's got like spicy sauce as well as ranch on it. For the sides, I decided to get some corn and broccoli there. Ironically enough, I'm actually wearing my Rockies hot chicken t-shirt. It's actually my favorite Nashville hot chicken restaurant. It's actually in Asheville, North Carolina, but yeah, one of my favorite hot chicken places. But let's see how the Bob Evans version of Nashville hot chicken is. The dang hot chicken. We'll see if it's really dang hot. Alright, let's go there, get a piece of chicken there. Oh, it's actually pretty hot. It's got a really, it's genuine Nashville spice. Like you felt it right here in the back of my throat. I was not, actually not expecting it to be that hot here at Bob Evans, but oh, that's surprisingly good. Yeah, that is really tasty hot chicken. Not expecting that from Bob Evans, but good job, Bob. So that actually was some dang hot chicken. It was pretty good. The only thing is, it is boneless chicken, so I really like the Nashville chicken. It's bone in, makes it a lot juicier, but I'd actually, yeah, this is pretty decent. I really enjoyed the chicken here. And there we have a picture of the man himself, Mr. Bob Evans. Kind of reminds me of like a clean-shaven Colonel Sanders. At this point, nothing much else to do but wait, and I walk back over to the car dealership, park myself in the waiting area, and play on my phone until I get either some good or bad news. Okay, so I just got informed about what is wrong with my car, and it is not good news. Alright, so not good news. I went and checked on my car right when I got back, and it is expensive. The turbocharger, again, I don't know anything about cars. The turbocharger is going. I didn't know my car had a turbocharger. I don't know if every car has a turbocharger. All I know is that mine is not doing good. It's seen better days. They said they can fix it. That's the good news. I'm relieved. That makes me feel good. They said they can fix it hopefully by tomorrow. The bad news is $2,700 was the estimate they gave me. So that sucks. That really sucks. But this is life on the road. This is what happens. You know, you're bound. It's bound to happen when you travel all the time. When you travel all around. When you drive your car across this great country, eventually your car is going to need to see the doctor, and car doesn't have health insurance, so it's expensive. Yeah, so he said hopefully by 5 tomorrow. So I am Ubering back to the hotel room. I was supposed to check out tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can see if I can add at least one more night on to or 2 nights, or I don't know. we'll see. I probably won't be able to film tomorrow because I don't have transportation. I could look into Ubering. We'll see. I just found out, so I'm like all up in the air, up in my head, trying to figure out what to do here. But I will got the Uber's on its way, and that'll take me back to my hotel room. And then we'll Uber back out here tomorrow, and hopefully there'll be no surprises. That's what does worry me. You never know once they get in there if they find something else wrong. Hopefully they can get it, and it will be $2,700 and not more than $2,700. Whew! Ouch! So we are back in the hotel room. I'm hoping to still film tomorrow. They said my car will probably be ready at 5 tomorrow. Of course, you know, no guarantees. There's absolutely no guarantees in life. You know, the car might not get done by then, but they seem to. My experience so far with the dealership has been positive, so hopefully they will be able to get it done in time. I am planning. I'm hoping. Again, there's no certainty here. Remember I said a while back, my daughter said when she was very young that people always say, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to be here, or I'm going to do that. But no one knows what's going to happen because they might die. My little daughter, Anna, when she was a child, said, so people should say, I'm going to go do this if I don't die. So I'm going to be completing this Choose My Adventure road trip if my car works and if I don't die. I'm hoping to get out there tomorrow. I'm gonna try to maybe grab an Uber to get out and film something, find something interesting to film in Cleveland tomorrow. Luckily, I'm in a fairly populated area, so I do have access to Ubers. Not too far away. I think I'm like 7 miles away from the dealership, so I was lucky. You know, it could have been a lot worse. This could have happened somewhere else in the country. This could have happened in the desert. I'd much rather be stranded in Cleveland than stranded in the desert, or stranded in, you know, the woods of West Virginia where there's no cell service. It could always be worse. So let's just be thankful that it's not. Yeah, of course, it's always alarming having a several $1,000 unexpected expense, but part of the adventure, part of what we go through just in life. There's no certainty. There's often setbacks, and you know, it's the cost of driving my car, being able to travel everywhere. It's a cost that the car is going to get a little torn up and get a little exhausted on these journeys. So my plan, if I don't die, is to get up tomorrow, hop an Uber, try to find something interesting to film here in Cleveland. I got a few ideas. I'm bouncing around looking at you guys' suggestions on where you want me to film in Cleveland, and then from there we will hopefully you get an interesting video, and hopefully if I don't die, I will get my car back, and we will move on to maybe the day after that. I renewed my hotel room for tonight, so the day after that I'll be going and leaving Cleveland and heading on to the next stop in the Choose My Adventure road trip. Of course, the poll is still up. If you want to go vote, you can vote between Chicago, Illinois, Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. If you click on your subscriber tab, if you're subscribed, the poll should pop up there. If not, go to my page and click on the community tab, and the poll should be there. And of course, I'll be fine. But if you'd like to help, support the channel, if you've been thinking about signing up for Patreon, if you've been thinking about possibly buying an enamel pin, maybe you should do that. If not, that's fine. But just at least give it 1 second of your thought. And if not, that's fine. And appreciate you guys watching. And of course, those pins, those Patreon subscriptions have been amazing. You know, that they help. The ones I currently have absolutely help keep this channel afloat. Help me be able to pay for car repairs when they do come up. You never know. You know, you're always running the risk of when you're traveling, when you're flying, when you're driving, when you're away from home, you're always running the risk of getting emergency expenses. So, you know, be careful out there, folks. Take care of your car, take care of your health, and take care of those around you. Until tomorrow morning, this one's in the bag.